Starting show. Okay, let's see if we're live here. Oh, I hate this setup sometimes. It's a good setup. Yeah, okay, we're live. Here we are. So, we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, Winston.
Hello, where are we?
We are live on the YouTube.
Live at 5.
Live at 5 and in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, we are live. Let me just share this around here. We got some people saying what's up, like Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy.
Or actually his name's Johnny. Whatever.
Johnny.
It's close. We got a whole bunch of different things. Let me just share this on Twitter and the Facebooks, and if it will load, maybe it will not load. Maybe it'll just say screw you tonight. So how are you doing? Somebody just asked. How are you doing?
Very well. Well, we tired, but
Yeah,
well.
I'm tired too. Had a long day. Long day at work. We have a bunch of people here. They're saying, hey, what's up, cutie pies? And all these other stuff. Okay, so, if you have watched my show at all, you probably know Winston T. Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to my show again.
Wow, thank you.
It has been a very long time.
In my own dining room.
In your own dining room.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
In the ghetto of New Jersey.
Well, I don't know if it's that bad. Around here, it's not that bad.
Nah.
He just doesn't like it because he has to live with it. That's all. It's like New Jersey. It's basically, once you live here, you kind of like go, ugh, to it.
Yeah.
It's like
that's
leaves
the way New Jersey is.
it leaves
It's
a
like
bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah,
And I really, it's like an aftertaste that you can't get rid of. But whatever, we are here,
alive,
and living the dream. Here we're furries, obviously, and today we are just going to, talk to you guys. We're gonna get to know a little bit more about Winston. I've done a lot of interviews with you, but I haven't really done like in deep ones, really.
Deep.
Yeah, deep ones. And we're going to get to know what cons you attend. We're going to get to know everything that you can expect, what kind of fursuits you like.
You mean getting to know you?
Yeah, something like that. So, we also have the comments, so if you guys ever want to ask any questions, it's fine. You can do it. Questions. So, questions are very important.
Do I have to answer them?
Well, yeah, obviously. They're questions. You have to answer them.
You don't have to answer questions.
You have to answer questions because without answers, a question is just an empty statement. You got to answer the questions. Okay, so.
Is that in my contract?
We don't have a contract. You're
No.
here on your own.
So that means you don't have to answer questions.
Oh my gosh. You're whatever.
But could I answer the question with another question?
You could answer a question with another question as long as they reply.
Oh.
Okay.
But do they have to answer that question?
Oh my gosh. We're going to be stuck on this all day. Our whole hour is going to pass, and all you're going to do is ask about questions. Okay, but, beside the question, whatever. Okay, so, guys, again, this is Winston T. Wolf. Say hello.
Hello.
There you go. Okay, now, so I want to talk about some topics here too, with you. Yeah, about some furry topics.
Topics.
Yes, that we've been having a lot of people on Twitter talk about, and we have a lot of people on different social media websites to talk about. I just want to see if the camera's still good. Yeah, it's still good. So basically it's this. Okay, so, but before we do that, let's get to know you a little bit, Winston.
Getting to know me.
How long have you been in the furry fandom?
Well, let's see, since 2006.
2006.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long have you been an active fursuiter?
Since 2014.
2014. Okay.
With Winston.
With Winston. Well, But okay, so with Winston, and now you have two other suits, right?
Yeah.
And what are the other two suits?
Takani Wolf and Tully Husky.
Okay, and who are they made by?
Mixed Candy.
Okay, so I do a lot of talking about fursuits on this. And the only reason why I do a lot of talking about fursuits is because people really want to have knowledge on what fursuit makers are like and how they, perform. So, what would you
How they
give?
perform?
Well, like by,
The fursuit maker or the fursuit?
Yeah, the fursuit maker.
Okay.
So, number one, I would like to ask, how is she in communication?
Mixed Candy?
At a 1 to 10 ratio.
Well, let's see. About maybe 6.
A 6? Sorry. But, so, she's like middle of the road. She gets back. How long does it take?
She gets back to you.
How long does it take usually when she gets back to you?
Well, she's very busy. You got to take that in consideration. So, maybe within a month's time.
Within a month's time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, another thing I always talk about too, I really love double stitching and I love quality work. Does she double stitch?
Oh, yes. Her suits are very high quality.
So, her suits are very high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very high quality.
So, like high end,
I consider very high end.
Very high end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the built quality on it, how would you rate that from 1 to 10?
The build?
Yeah, the build quality. Like
9.
a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so far you got a 4 and a 9 on that.
No, I got a 6 and a 9.
A 6 and a 9. Sorry, 6 and a 9. Whatever. And another thing I want to know about this fursuit maker. Last question about it. How do you think? Do you think, like, is the style? What kind of style does she use? So, like, because I always try to like say, like, does she use like more realistic, cartoony, or can she do both? Is she more of like that?
Well, Mixed Candy could do both.
She can do both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
She does both realistic and tuning.
Okay. So there you go.
I mean, you see, what's his name, Vex from Germany.
Who?
Vex.
Have no clue who he is. Vex.
Vex. He's a very realistic wolf.
Okay. So let me read some of these comments, and we'll get back to talking about you. Let's see. Okay. Also, if you wanted new here, okay, that guy just says, don't forget to subscribe. I already knew this. Let's see.
What?
Also tweeted, who wants a con explanation? Dash, you sound sick. I'm not sick.
Yeah, he is sick.
My allergies are killing me right now. Allergies suck. Don't get them. How comfortable is that suit? Is the suit? How comfortable is the suit?
My Mixed Candies?
Yeah, your Mixed Candy suits. How comfortable are they?
Well, like I was just telling you, like the vision is excellent, better than my Winston one here.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the suits are very comfortable.
Okay, so if you want,
well, they're made for me, so
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's always improved that where instead of like going on a fur buy website,
yeah,
it's basically
like
made for you. Yeah, that's
made for you.
Yeah.
Which, hopefully I will have Winston remade by Made for You.
Okay. And then we'll have to get your opinion on Made for You.
But that's if I can get a slot. So if I can, then Twinkie Art's going to be definitely a close second.
Yeah, but that's like has like a 3 or 4 year waiting list.
That's okay. I'm in no rush.
Okay, so we got to learn about his suit a little bit. Okay, so.
Well, Mixed Candy, I commissioned her in 2012, and I received Takani in 2016.
So it took 4 years to get the fursuit?
Well, it's better than 10 years. Shy waited for a one for all.
That's true. He did wait for that suit very long. If you don't know Shy, he was on a previous video. You should go back and check that out. But, okay, so basically you got the suit, you got everything, into it. And how much did it cost you altogether?
$3,500 each.
$3,500 each.
for Takani and $3,500 for Tully.
Okay. So there you go. $3,500 for mixed candy. If you are looking for mixed candy, I did a whole video on her a while back, so go take a look at that. I just wanted an opinion from somebody who has a mixed candy. Very interesting. What?
2 mixed candies.
Yeah, you have 2 mixed candies. And you must really like the quality.
I do.
So, okay. Let's see. Okay, now, whenever you are doing this, okay, so let's jump right into some of these topics that I've been seeing on the YouTube, not the YouTubes, but Twitter and a couple of other things. One of them I was looking the other day, and it's MFF. MFF has been a trending topic for the last 3 weeks.
That's because the room block just opened.
Well, yeah, the room block.
The room block was all messed up.
Yeah, the room block was all messed up. Actually, Kiba got a room, surprisingly.
In the hotel?
Yeah, he got. Yeah. Well, see, what happened was apparently it crashed right after because there were so many people on it, and then right after it they opened up all the rooms again and fixed the crash. And there was at least 7 or 8, people who, figured it out, and not too many people figured it out. So the room block was open for at least a solid day before it got filled. Or, 2 days. Which is very shocking, because the last 2 years, it's been crazy. It's been, 4 minutes, tops, on getting these room blocks for any sort of MFF. You either got to be a staff member, or you got to be a person who is, that is lucky, basically. So
Kiba got lucky.
Kiba got lucky. Now, the question I have for you, in these situations, what would you say would be the best option if a room block gets sold out, within 2 minutes? What would you say is the best option? Is it to call them, just try your luck online, or what do you think is the best option for this? Because this is one of the trending topics for MFF. It's going crazy.
Well, I mean, certain hotels always keep a, not for apocalypse, because it's a total hotel buyout.
Yeah.
And their room block goes up 12 o'clock. Next Saturday, so I had to be up at Saturday at noon.
Yeah.
To make sure I'm on the website, But, sometimes a hotel will keep a lot of times the hotel is not a total hotel buyout.
Yeah.
So maybe, if you know that the hotel, some people, they'll reserve their room a year in advance for when they know the dates, because the dates are always published. So then they'll call the hotel up, say, as a regular person.
Yeah.
So if you really want to be in the main hotel, but you reserve it outside the room block.
Like Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, that ended up being cheaper.
Yeah.
But because like I said, they always use, and I know the Hyatt's an airport hotel, so they always keep a certain amount of rooms that are open to the public.
Yeah.
So you may want to try reserving, like I said, outside the room block. Now, you're not going to get discounts or anything, the room block discounts or whatever, but at least you'll be in the main hotel.
Yeah. Let me just move this microphone a little bit over, because I don't know if they can hear us very well or anything. So we're just moving the mic. But, okay, so basically these are the top cons that done it. I did a little bit of research earlier today when I was at lunch. These are the top cons that sell out. Number one, do you know what number one is?
Anthrocon?
No, it's actually MFF now.
No, yeah.
MFF beat out Anthrocon by...
Well, Anthrocon has a better system, too.
Anthrocon has a system...
Well, I like Anthrocon's system because, what MFS should do it, too, is that if you're a super sponsor, you get second crack at the hotel rooms.
Yeah, but see,
And I like that. And that's the reason a lot of people will become super sponsor. And I think a lot more people will become super sponsors.
But
if they have second crack at the hotel rooms,
but
staff will always have first.
Yeah.
And then super sponsors will have second. And that'll be an incentive to get more super sponsors.
But see, I also think it's a down.
Furthermore's doing that too now.
Yeah, but I still think it's a bad, in a way, a bad idea, because you're creating something, and you're forcing people to go to that super sponsor to get that main hotel.
Well, why not?
Well, because not everybody has that $250 to shell out for one room, and that doesn't even include the room.
Yeah, but if but you could all chip in for that super sponsor.
Well,
whoever your roommate is.
Yeah, true, because you can, like, call and stuff like that, and you could just be like, we'll gather a bunch of friends, get the super sponsor one person.
I learned after 1 year in Anthrocon, like 2014, we were all the way at the Wyndham.
Yeah, and that's a long way.
Exactly.
If you ever been to the Anthrocon, that's a long way. The Wyndham, the DoubleTree, and like all those ones out there that you don't even want to remotely be close to them, because they're
good. They're good for the fireworks.
Yeah, they're great for the fireworks, but I'm not there for. I'm not there for the fireworks. I'm there for a furry convention. I mean, oh, let me go to the Anthrocon for the fireworks. So the rest of the time,
well, I am this year.
Yeah. Well, it also falls on that date. Okay, so the one thing that I just do not like about that super sponsors thing is I'm not a huge fan of it. I kind of like the luck of it, but it's only my opinion, and it's one of those.
But like I said, if you share it amongst your
yeah. So back to the list that I was looking up for the most that are like sold out. It goes right now. MFF's at the top because there was a 5 countdown list of it. MFF, and then it goes AC. You were right. And it's only off by, like, literally an hour for those. Because they sell out within hours.
Well, the thing was, like TJ was saying, with Anthrocon, their passkey system, as soon as when you get on passkey, right?
Yeah.
It holds that, as far as I know, I mean, if somebody can correct me if they're wrong, but their passkey holds that reservation.
Yeah.
So as soon as when you click, with the Westin, 2 beds, and then once you get down, so it'll hold that.
But see,
until you get your credit card, but MFF doesn't do that.
Yes, MFF does that this year. MF did that this year.
Well,
and it crashed on them.
According to TJ, because
no,
when
Kiba did it, because Kiba, what it does is it locks your room for 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to do all the information, because Kiba was telling me this. And then, after that 5 minutes, it unlocks it. So it gives you at least 5 to 10 minutes to put in your information.
Well, another furry said that wasn't true.
Well, I don't know who to believe.
Because as soon as when he put his credit card information in, maybe he didn't get it in within 5 minutes. I don't know, but
because
he said the room was lost.
That's very possible, too, because if, and also there was a huge glitch on it, so I'm not counting anything on that, because it was the very first year of the system. Nobody caught it until like 5 or 6 hours later, and whatever. So let me keep going down this list here. AC is like an hour off. It's like at 5 hours for AC. Like it sells out within like 5 or like 4 hours. And that's for like the main hotel and like the ones close to it. So after that, if you keep going, it's BLFC, which is becoming a problem for BLFC. BLFC is a great con. I heard it was a great con. But there's no hotels around it. So there's not really too much expansion there. So I wonder if people are going to be like, oh crap, I didn't get BLFC, so I guess I can't go to it this year. Because that's what I heard.
I heard sometimes they can expand the room block,
Well, no, they have the whole hotel. It's a whole buyout.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a whole hotel for BLFC, but unfortunately, BLFC right now is there's too many people who want to go to it. So, and there's no hotels around it, so they're either going to have to move or they're just going to have to accept they can't expand anymore because there was only a 300 difference between last year and this year, if you take a look at it. So, BLFC sells out typically around the 12-hour mark, according to what I was reading earlier. And then after that, surprisingly, the next con is basically like the smaller cons because they said all the smaller cons go.
Motor City Furry Convention, I had a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. So, really, it goes that, and then it goes...
How about FWA?
FWA doesn't sell out that quick, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, it was like number 7. It was a mentionable one, but
they can keep expanding the room block.
Well, yeah, they've got a huge hotel. They haven't even like got a third of it. It's crazy. The fifth one was actually Further Confusion over in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're having problems keeping all the rooms.
Well, like I was telling
together.
TJ anyway, like MFF. I mean, it's becoming more and more. It'll become more as more and more people go. It's going to become more and more like Anthrocon. You know, without the downtown Pittsburgh.
See,
because they're going to keep. I mean, the way it was before was when I first started going in 2014. Like everything was in the basement of that hotel. You know, it's crowded, and it keep getting more and more crowded.
Yeah.
And more and more people want to go, and then it's just creating too much of a. So now they expanded inside the convention center.
But see, it's
which is really convenient to really a lot of the hotels around there.
Yeah, and it's not.
And now you have the Skywalk too, which is hotter than hell. Which this year they're going to say they're going to improve on the heat situation.
Yeah, well, I just walked outside all the time. I went to the convention center. I didn't even walk through.
Somebody said somebody's throwing eggs at the furries.
Yeah, well, I don't have any confirmation on that, so I'm not gonna really get into that whole entire thing. So,
but like I said, it's gonna become.
It's going to become more popular, MFF, and it should. It's a very good con. I think it's a lot better than AC. That's why I'm skipping AC this year.
Well, you can't afford it.
Well, it's not just that I can't afford it.
You don't have work.
Oh, yeah. But still, it's one of those things that I think that I would rather go to MFF instead of going to AC. I could have went to AC instead of MFF, but I'd rather go to MFF because MFF's it's a personal con. I like it. It's a big con, but it's personal. So, okay, so let's see if we have any comments here. What is your favorite cons? What is your favorite cons?
I like MFF, Midwest Fur Fest. I like Furry Migration. I like Furpocalypse. I like Furthermore.
So what would you say your number one con would, like your con you can never miss?
Con I can never miss?
Yeah, a con that you could never miss.
Oh, let's see. I can never miss MFF.
You can never miss MFF.
No.
Okay.
So Apocalypse, I can never miss.
You can never miss for Apocalypse too. Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. Let's simplify this. Okay, you had let's say you had 4 cons to go to. We'll just go with 4 because it's a good one in each quarter, right?
AC and Furthermore.
Okay, so you would go
A&E. Let's choose 5.
No, you're not choosing 5. You're choosing 4.
5.
No, 4.
5.
You can't choose 4. I mean, you can't choose 5. You only had 4 to go to. Which ones will they be? If you had 4 to choose from.
A&E.
Okay, you'd go to A&E.
And for New England.
Okay.
Let's see, and then for Apocalypse.
You'd go to Apocalypse.
MFF. AC.
Okay, well there you go. Was that so hard?
But I like Furthermore too.
Oh, I know you like Furthermore, but you only had 4 to choose from. I didn't say 5. That'd be... It's insane. Okay, so let's see. So your favorite cons are those. Okay, let's see. Do you have any fursuit crushes? Wow, thank you, but
Well, Wolf and Wolfie.
Wolf and Wolf?
I got many firsty crushes.
Too many to count, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll skip
And
that one.
Dingo.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see.
God.
Let's
And
see.
let's see.
Well, wait.
Any made for you, Scooter.
Okay.
Any made for you.
Okay. So let's see. Megaplex seemed to be bumped up over the last 4 years. What? Megaplex seemed to bump up over the last 4 years. I don't know what that means, but okay. So, okay, now, also, what's in the news? Right now, I'm picking up on Twitter. I've got a lot of local sources. Not really local, but they're just my friends. Speaking of Megaplex, that's moving to a different con space.
No, really?
Yeah, they really are. They're trying to. They're trying to get out of their contract right now. And with all the words that I
4 or 5 year contract or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. But see, what I heard is that they're about to make it happen. They're about to just cut it down to 3. So the question would be is if they do move out of this hotel, would you go back to Megaplex?
Depends on the con space.
Okay, that's a good point because
Florida heat's a lot to deal with.
See, I feel like that the con space is underrated when it comes to furry cons. That not too many people appreciate the con space.
Yeah, with Florida heat, you don't want a motel.
Well, yeah, you don't want a motel, but
and that's what their current con space is, a motel.
I mean, anywhere. Just imagine AC. You had to walk outside to get somewhere. To a panel. No, to a panel.
Oh.
Just imagine that. Would you still go to AC if that's the case?
Well, AC is all in the convention center.
Well, I know, but
you still have to walk outside.
But I'm saying.
But you don't have that Florida heat to deal with.
Well, no, but it's still in the middle of the summer. Number one. Number two, you can walk. You don't have to go outside. You can walk across the bridge.
No, I don't usually.
Well, then.
But many furries do if they're in another hotel.
Well, the bridge that goes across to the convention center.
No, but say they're in a DoubleTree or the Wyndham.
Well, yeah, but whatever.
They had to get on the shuttle.
I was just saying that if you're in the Westin, you can get anywhere without going outside. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, to the whole convention.
Yeah, basically. So
but if you're in another hotel, though, what they call it, the Durham or
the Courtyard. The Courtyard's close to there. We have a couple other, But all I'm saying is that I realized that a lot of the convention space is kind of and even the hotels, they're kind of underrated because you got to have that right hotel. Because if you don't have that right hotel, people will be complaining like they're doing right now. Because I know...
Well, it's not a hotel.
It's not. I know.
It's a motel.
It's a motel. But I'm just saying that people got to appreciate it. Because you went to a couple motel cons. You went
that was my first one.
I thought you said that Great Lake Fur Cons was like that.
Yeah, you had to walk. Well, the hotel was a regular hotel, but you had to walk outside for the convention center.
Yeah.
But that's in Michigan.
And, beautiful weather.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
So.
Like I said, the problem is you're dealing with Florida heat and humidity.
Yeah.
And ever-changing weather conditions, too,
Okay. So, that's just one big thing. I've been hearing a lot of Twitter about this because, it's coming up soon. All these summer cons are coming up soon. Anthrocons.
It comes up in August.
Anthrocon's coming up in July. You got Megaplex right after Anthrocon. You've got Furrydelphia coming up.
I'd rather go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
We're up the street.
Yeah, we're only 40 minutes away from it. Might as well.
We could walk there if we wanted.
Well, no, I'm not walking 40 no. I will not walk to it, but I will drive to it. You can convince me to drive.
Miles.
Yeah, no, I'm not walking 45 miles. Especially with a fursuit and stuff, that'd be terrible. But So all these different cons that are coming up in the summer, and that's one thing I always like to consider is where the hotel is at. And what are the conditions the hotel in? Because I've went to a con like the last year of Relaxation. It smelled like a sewer. And it was a very fun con, don't get me wrong, but it just smelled like a sewer. And it was like very unpleasant fursuiting in that kind of smell. That's when my allergies can get bad, because I'm okay with that. That's fine. So basically, there's a bunch of factors that go into cons, right? Too. So I have one more topic that I have here that really, in my opinion, is probably one of the more important ones to it. Is I just had it. Hold on. Give me a second to think. But while we think,
we didn't finish the
questions.
You have to have a game plan for.
Well,
and getting back to the main hotel, if you don't get into the main hotel, you have to have a backup plan.
Well, yeah. Well, see, that's a very good point. You always got to have that backup plan. You got to.
And if you want to deal with the overflow hotels.
That's a very good question too, because sometimes the overflow hotels aren't really so overflow. Mm-hmm. Like look at for Apocalypse. That's a very perfect example.
I mean they're all bed bug, or the place across the street rapes you literally. They know the convention's going on, so they're gonna charge you. We got charged like $200 a night.
That's crazy. $200 a night.
And it was a flea bag motel.
Well, you can't.
And the usual rates are $70.
Oh, jeez, that's crazy. They basically just like.
And a Super 8, that's definitely a bed bug motel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, if it's the last options, and if you're willing to put up with that, I mean, if you're not wearing a fursuit, overflow hotels really don't matter. Yeah.
Because you can walk there. Or drive.
Well, yeah. But see...
if you're in a fursuit, that adds a whole new dimension, because, for me, if I can't stay in the main hotel, I'm not going to go to the con. Like, right now, I haven't yet registered for Apocalypse, because if me or Kiba doesn't get the main hotel, we're not going. The two of us are working together to get that hotel.
And see, this is the problem with, like, booking the whole hotel. It's great for furries like you, because you got a better chance. But it's starting to become way too big for them. And
that hotel, yeah.
That hotel is becoming... It's not a small hotel, but it's starting to become overpopulated. And a lot of locals go to those cons.
Yeah, it's a local con.
Yeah, of course.
And there are a lot of New England furs.
Well, there's definitely a lot of New England furs. But the whole entire thing is, and this is where it becomes a problem, if you have nothing to expand, it's like BLFC. Right now they're having the problem of, they already bought the hotel out, but unfortunately it's becoming harder and harder to get a room, because they have nowhere else to overflow it. The capacity, which I think that's going to be the BLFC's downfall. They're never going to get any bigger than what they're getting bigger now.
Unless they change hotels.
But where are they going to change it to? They don't want to change it to Vegas or anything, That'd be weird going up. Who knows? I mean, it's possible, and I do not know what the future holds for them, but it's very possible.
They just want to keep it there.
Maybe they just want to keep bringing in the average rate and being like, okay.
Whoever that's gets fine. In gets in, that's it.
I think it's gonna be terrible after a while, though, because people are gonna be like complaining about that. That'll be the next thing that's on Twitter. The next thing is gonna be BLFC. Why don't you move? And it sucks to say, but it might have to move if it doesn't get any better than what it is now. So, what was the idea behind your suit? So what was the idea behind your suit?
Which one?
Winston.
Winston?
Yeah.
This suit I just bought.
You just bought?
Yeah.
Okay, what was your idea?
Because I was getting tired of. I commissioned Takani and Tolly in 2012, and I got tired of waiting. And here comes 2014, and I was missing out on a lot of cons.
Yeah.
So in February of 2014, my girlfriend at the time said, Angela, she said, well, why don't we go in Fur Buy or Dealer's Den? We did, and
there you go.
And that way we went to Furthermore.
Okay.
14.
So what about the Connie?
Takani, actually, Takani was supposed to be a duck. He was supposed to be a mallard.
Yeah.
I had drawings for a very colorful mallard. He's supposed to be Darkwing Duck colors. So if you could picture that, a mallard is purple, white, turquoise, and hot pink.
Yeah.
All mixed in, and just a regular mallard. Fortunately, Mix Candy, when she first commissioned it in 2012, she was with her then boyfriend, and he was a master craftsman at molds.
Yeah.
So she was able to do it, but then those two parted, and the story went, and she could no longer do the molds for any other animals except for wolves and
canines
and felines. So, I said, well, I have another wolf in mind. So we drew up a wolf, and Takani was born.
And there you go.
And Tolly was, an idea that I always wanted a husky, and I like huskies, very beautiful dogs, and
yep.
And I figured, well, since I couldn't get the duck, we kind of redesigned Tolly, Angela and I, to include Darkwing Duck colors in him. So he had purple hair, purple paws, and turquoise claws, and
okay. So now the only reason why I bring up all these cons, which I was very good in depth. I already knew most of it because
But they didn't know.
They didn't know.
You know it.
They didn't know.
Because you live with me.
Yeah, I do.
In this beautiful
house.
Okay.
So now because I know you wanted to talk all about cons, and that's why I tried.
I talk about anything you want me to.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Okay. But I mean, it's one of those things too that you've been to so many cons. It's good to get expert opinions, and that's why I asked you about the first suit, because I realized that you had a Mixed Candy suit, and I realized that you probably want to share your stories and other things with them, or with
stories.
Yeah, if you have any stories about Mixed Candy, or conventions that you want to talk about that are appropriate. Appropriate. Yeah.
What's appropriate?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation with you. So basically, it's one of those things that I know you like cons and all that other stuff. So
I love cons.
That's why I'm just trying to bring them up.
Okay.
So that's why I did the two things about
Well, speaking of cons, I'm going to AntherCon next month.
He will be at AntherCon. You'll be at AntherCon.
Yes, I will be.
So if you're going to AntherCon, you're going to meet this guy.
Yeah.
You're not going to meet me, but you're going to meet this guy.
Yeah, I'll be in either Winston, Takani, or Tolly.
You're never in Winston anymore.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
I walked around in Winston.
And then you wake up. You don't. He doesn't do it, guys.
I basically walk the streets of Pittsburgh in Winston.
Okay. So, basically...
Because I use Winston as a partial now.
Oh, yeah. It's like my suit.
He's a good parceler.
Yeah. So, basically, speaking of cons too, there's been a lot of different cons that had, different issues. Like MFF had the issue of the rooms because MFF always has something wrong.
Well, it's a growing con, so and
I know
what worked for them in the past, it ain't gonna work for them in the future. So
So this is another one that I was thinking of because this was on Twitter. Everyone was going crazy about this one. Do you remember FWA?
Yeah, it's not a con for me, but
well, I know it's not a con for you, but this was an idea that FWA had. And it was like wristbands. And you had to like go in and then scan the wristband.
They do that at various Comic Cons.
Yeah, which I think is number one, a terrible idea. If you're in a fursuit and you're scanning wristbands, I think that's just a terrible idea, number one.
Scanning wristbands for what?
To get into access to...
Instead of having volunteers?
Yeah, basically. They were doing that. And a lot of people griped about this. This is another one that was on Twitter really big. That's why a lot of people were like cutting it off.
Instead of badges?
Yeah. Well, I think they had badges, but I think that was their main goal, to get like security up so you couldn't ghost a con. But a lot of people were having problems because they couldn't get it over their fursuit, And I get that, if you're in fursuit, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you're in fursuit trying to do anything, even a little small task is like a huge task, in my opinion. Like, if you want to drink, well, you got to make sure that you take off your head, or you could drink it through
your handler.
Or you have a handler and do all this other stuff, which, in my opinion, it becomes more of like a task than a regular one. So, what is your thoughts on that? Do you think a wristband, like let's say if Anthrocon implemented that next year, do you think that'd be a good idea or a bad idea?
I don't mind. The wristbands are cumbersome for one, and like Philadelphia tried it with the, they tried it with identification of your age.
Yeah.
So if you got a green wristband, you were 21 and over. If you got a yellow wristband, it's kind of like 18 to 21, and then if you got a red wristband, meant you're a minor. My problem is, if you're in fursuit, you're not going to see that red wristband, in case a minor is trying to, let's just say, lack of better words, come on to you.
Yeah.
So, one of my friends was arrested for that, Unfortunately, a minor came on to him, and he assumed that he was an adult.
Yeah.
And unfortunately took him back to his room, and stuff happened, and later on he was arrested.
Well, I mean...
So, I definitely feel that minors should have, a glaring badge, stating that they are a minor. But, no system is foolproof because they can always exchange their red badge for, an adult badge. You somehow swipe a adult badge. So, unfortunately, if that minor, if said minor's in a fursuit, you're not going to know their age at all.
Yeah, and it gets really sad, too. I don't think really the Philadelphia wristband really worked that well.
No, because you couldn't take it off.
Yeah.
So, it felt like you were in a hospital.
Yeah.
And then you had to try to shower with it and all that stuff, take a bath with it, and, And sometimes when you leave the con, you don't want, when I leave the con, to go to a restaurant or something, sometimes you don't want that. Because I don't want my badges on, I don't want,
Of
and
course.
I may not want that wristband on me when I'm not at the con.
And yeah, of course. I mean, you want to be able to have the right to actually take it off and, put it down and whatever,
Now, the wristbands are horrible, but, what I feel that, if they come up with a system like a key card, where your badge acts as a key card.
That might be a good idea.
But it's expensive and temporary. Why? Like in my office building, you tap in. You wave your key card above the door locks and let you in.
Yeah.
But this is temporary. So in order to get to an event, I would say for the cost of implementing such a system, it's going to be very expensive, and it's only temporary anyway. It's just for the weekend.
Yeah.
So you always need volunteers checking badges.
I think the volunteer things work better too, because you actually get a person, instead of like a computer, and who knows, a computer could malfunction and not even take your card at all. So I think if you really want to like break it down, I personally think the way it should be by volunteers only.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be checking your badges.
People are always going to ghost cons. I mean, you're not going to... people are just going to be there in a hotel and that's it. They're not going to go to any panels. They're not going to... Some people just feel it's not worth it.
Yeah. And,
it's not worth it to... Anthrocon... the way you get around that is you have to do what Anthrocon does. And Anthrocon says you got to have a badge before you reserve the hotel room.
Yeah.
But even there, if you're just a roommate.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things too that I think just it leads too many possibilities too, because somebody could just cut it off and be like, here, go and go browse the con.
Yeah, so even that's not foolproof. You could, you have to, if you reserve a hotel room, you have to have a badge already in place.
Yeah.
But if I'm just your roommate, I can go to Anthrocon.
Yeah.
It
wouldn't really matter.
I just walk around. I'm already staying with you, so then I just walk around. And that's it. There's plenty of places to walk in the conference in the David L. Lawrence Center.
Yeah. And
it's open. You need a badge to walk around the convention center, right? Do you or don't you?
I don't think so. I think the convention center is okay. It's whenever you try to go to like a panel or the dance or the Diller's Den. I think that's when it becomes...
But to the public, I forget. Because I already have a badge already.
You have to register in the David Lawrence Center, so I'd imagine that...
Because they give day passes to regular people.
I don't think so, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, they give day passes to regular people who are with kids and they just want to see the fursuits.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's very possible.
So I'm not sure on that.
I'm not sure either.
But like I said, the way to get around it though is require people to have their badges in place already before they register for the room.
Yeah.
Like with me for Apocalypse, I'm saying, I'm refusing the other overflow hotels.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna have. My backup plan is if it's either Keeper Wolf and I get into the main hotel or it's nothing.
Yeah.
I won't go.
And I understand that. That's a very good point.
So I'm not going to register for the con if I can't get a room in the main hotel.
Yeah. So well, that's a very good point. And it's one of those things too that I think why change the system if it's not broke? That's it.
You're always going to get people who ghost the con.
Well, you're always going to get people who ghost the con, because if they wouldn't ghost the con, then it probably wouldn't be a con. So, okay, well, let's change topics. We've been on that for quite a while. It's a very good topic, though. I still think think that's one of the ones that a lot of people think about because of the security. They want to be able to, have good security there. So.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of these hotels are still public hotels, and they're not hotel takeovers.
Yeah.
You know, so you're always going to have the general public, you know, inside your hotel that you're having your convention in.
Yeah.
So, you know, the people in that hotel is not necessarily going to be furries, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean,
And
if a terrorist wants, you know, they can do anything. I mean, they can,
but I don't.
you know,
I
they
don't
can
think.
reserve a room in the hotel and and even have have one of those Walmart mascot things or a Target, you know,
Yeah,
things.
but I
and,
don't.
you know,
I don't know. And that's
you know.
that's a whole different discussion within itself.
But I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, and I know.
You know, you brought up security among other people, and I really never thought about that, but there's no way to be foolproof.
No, and I just meant general security to keep people from ghosting, and keep people from, you know, attending the con the wrong way. You know, and that's one thing that's hard to do.
Yeah, you're not going to stop it.
No, you're not. It doesn't matter. It's even every con that I've ever been to has had some sort of people, you know, not really sign up, not really, you know, do anything except for just ghost a con.
Well, I mean, some people, I guess, it depends on them. I mean, what if they're saying, look, I don't like the panels.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the, I don't care, you know, if you're just a regular person, not a fursuiter, say, you're just a regular person, and let's just say your objective is just to be with some fursuiters, stay in their room and drink and be merry. And that's your only goal, is just to be there with some friends in a hotel room as a weekend getaway, and that's it. You know, you're not interested in any panels. You're not interested in you know, you don't have a fursuit, so you're not interested in the fursuit parade. You're not interested in, so is a badge really worth it?
And, yeah.
When you have the access to the whole hotel that the public does, and you see a lot of the fursuiters anyway, walking around the hotel.
Yeah, really.
Not that I'm pushing for ghosting, but, you know, I'm just looking at it from a different point of view.
It's reality. You know, not everybody can afford to be doing
or
that.
if it's worth it for them.
Exactly.
You know, they're there just as a regular person, just to go to a couple room parties.
Yeah. So,
maybe some people like to feel out the con. Like, I guess Philadelphia, you know, a lot of people are ghosting it and that hurt them too, because, you know, they want to see what it was all about before they laid out, you know.
That's true. And you know, furthermore Philadelphia was pretty good.
Yeah, Philadelphia was an excellent con. So maybe they'll do better on their room block this time, and
yeah,
because a lot of the attendance was just day trippers.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that we could talk about that all night if we wanted to. Because that's one of those hard topics that a lot of... That was actually my last one I wanted to bring up. And that one is probably one of the most important ones for cons anyway. Because if a con has a lot of ghosters, 9 chances out of 10 it's going to hurt them even more. Because they don't have the backing.
If they have interesting panels, and if the con has very interesting panels, and the con has a lot of events that are interesting to a lot of people, MCFC now they have it's an 18 and over crowd. You know, they only request 18 and over. You can't be a 12-year-old and register for MCFC, Motor City Furry Convention. So that's one way, you know, control it. And then one thing that they have, and this is where they do use the wristbands for the day, is alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, they have the best breweries in Michigan, so they have the best every night. It's from a different microbrewery.
Yeah.
All you can drink.
Well, if you're into drinking, that's good.
And you can't get in there without being a super sponsor or a sponsor.
But see,
and that encourages a lot of people to become super sponsors and sponsors.
But see, I've already talked about super sponsors and stuff, and a lot of times you do get a lot better perks when it comes to super sponsors, and then they have their
But I'm
own
just
league.
saying, this is an event that a lot of people are going to say, well, gee, I'm not going to ghost the con because if I'm going to be there, I want to be a part of the action.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like to dance, and they like to, have the, the full con experience. And that's the one thing that I always say is the full con experience, like going to a panel, maybe going to like one or two other places, and other things like that. So, but I don't really, if you ghosted, it could be for various reasons, and I don't really get mad at them. But I think if you go to a con,
well, one of our mutual friends goes to Philadelphia, and that was his reason. He really didn't see a lot of the panels he liked, and the hotel's open to the public anyway.
True. So I mean, it just depends.
Was he there for the full weekend? I
don't know. I'm not 100% sure. He probably was, but who knows?
But he goes to the con, and
he's. And that was
like I said, if you don't go to any panels, and here's to stay in your room, and
yeah. So basically, I think it just it's coming back on. Okay, I think there it is. It's back on. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little bit of a malfunction.
Technical difficulty.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes, and but yeah, no, it's one of those things that
I don't know how much people missed.
I think they only missed like a minute, if that, and that's fine. I don't really get mad at that, and so yeah,
So I'm looking forward to AntlerCon. This is the first year that it's actually after, or the day after. It just happens it falls on the day after July 4th.
Yeah.
The holiday. So I'm taking the whole week. Spending the entire week in Pittsburgh, and I want to see the fireworks. I only done that one other time with my friend Angela.
Yeah.
And the fireworks are beautiful. It's definitely well worth it.
Yeah. And it's one of those things too.
Unfortunately, I don't have any roommates, but everybody canceled out on me. So and hopefully there won't be a government shutdown for the state of New Jersey, so I can actually get paid.
Yeah.
That'll double hurt.
And it's one of
not only that, I would lose vacation time because if everybody else has off, then that's days wasted.
Yeah. So basically, you're just looking to have a good time and all that other stuff.
Aren't we all?
And, yeah, we are always having a good time, especially on the show.
I'm not looking to have a bad time.
No, nobody's all.
Because you're not going to pay to have a bad time.
Yeah. So, of course, but
why aren't there any conventions in New Jersey?
Because
are we that much the garbage state?
It's because of the guy. He wanted to basically be down in Virginia. I don't know why you would like to move down to Virginia.
Yeah, but even where that con was, Whippany, it was okay area. But you had to drive to get to it. There was no other motive. It's like Philadelphia now. It's just yeah. If you don't drive, you're out of luck.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that just happened to.
So you can't get any international people there.
No, you can't, and it sucks. But
although Macro Wolf was there.
Yeah, but that's not international.
But he found some mode of transportation to get there.
Yeah,
he doesn't drive.
And that's the one thing that I do got to say about cons. If you are willing to go to a con, you can get there without a car. you could at least get there the way, it might not be the most practical way, but you could definitely get there. And that's the one beauty of it, is you can get there if you want to.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, there's many ways to get there.
Of course.
That's why it's one of the biggest cons, and MFF too. I mean, the MFF problem is you're limited on restaurants. But even Pittsburgh is becoming swanky, so.
But MFF, you live on the damn hotel food.
Or they have the other option is to walk to that mall, Chicago Outlets Mall.
Yeah,
and they have a pretty good food court.
That's a decent walk, though.
Yeah,
because you got to get out of your
that
suit.
Walk,
And,
yeah, I like that walk though.
But see, the one thing that
there's that Italian restaurant too in Berghoff.
Yeah, but
you get slapped.
Slapped?
Yeah, you get slapped, tickle.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, because of it's a German restaurant and everything.
Yeah, they slap and tickle you.
He's not gonna get that reference. But the whole entire thing is if you really would like to go to a con, you can make it there. You don't need a car. You could at least take a plane, take a train.
Planes and automobiles.
MFF is one of those cons too that you could fly in, get taken there by a bus, and you're there.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that advantage that MFF has got is that it's
and free parking.
And free parking.
If you stay in the main hotel.
If you stay in the main hotel. So very good advantages it has. It has very good a lot of different things. Is it the most convenient food? No. It's pretty expensive in food. But
I do like their buffets.
Their buffets are great, but I would definitely do it. Let's see. Ever getting stuck in the suit, broken stuff, zipper? Did you ever break your zipper at a convention?
I with Winston, because he's so old, I always carry an emergency repair kit. I mean, a lot of furries do carry hot glue guns and sewing kits and all that stuff. Because stuff does happen. Some of your bigger furry conventions do have emergency sewing kits and hot glue guns and all that stuff within the headless lounge. I mean, stuff happens, so.
Yeah. And it's going to eventually always happen. It doesn't matter if you got a $10,000 suit.
Winston, I always have to repair, so. Yeah. I mean, he's an old suit, so, and he was made by a private person. He wasn't made by a fursuit maker.
So another question here is also what's with the piercing?
Oh, well, like I said, Winston came like that, so you have to ask the maker that. But I always thought it was cute, so.
So you didn't take it out?
No.
It's a good idea. Does the earring? Oh, well. You're going to have to ask the maker on that one, because somebody just said, does the earring have any special meaning? Which I guess you'd have to ask the maker, because.
Yeah, you have to ask the maker. I mean, I can hang my fursuit badges from it.
There you go. That's always a good thing. And,
But yeah, the maker, his name Black Paws. He lives in Maine, and he made Winston for himself. I mean, he's just he did a nice job. I mean, for a hand job or a non-fursuit maker, he did I think a good job.
Well, there you go. So
I mean, it's better than a lot. I've seen a lot of handmade fursuits out there, and they were quite well. But then I've seen other handmade fursuits.
There's some really horrendous hands.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel so bad for those people, because it's like, they put the time and the dedication into it, and you literally don't want to say their suit looks awful, but it looks pretty bad.
So I would say Winston is pretty mid-road.
Yeah, and I still think it's above average. I mean, it looks.
He's got almost follow eyes.
Yeah, and it looks good. It looks good. Comparing it to like a person who just made a fursuit, and that is literally, basically, one of the things that it's hard. It's hard to make the head. and he did it well. He
Yeah,
did it well
I
enough.
I think so too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no balaclava inside.
Balaclava.
You know, so
I hate that word.
So it's the foam on top of you. You know.
Yeah. Why don't they just call it a ski mask instead of a balaclava? Yeah, I don't even know what the heck. Baklava. I don't know. So let's see if we have any other ones. Oh, somebody, thank you, Zappy Fox, for subscribing. I appreciate that.
Who?
His name's Zappy Fox.
Zappy?
Yeah, I don't know who he is, but he seems like a nice guy. He subscribed to me. Okay, let's see. I don't have a suit yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Zappy, but you'll get one. If anyone, okay, let's see. Hey, Zappy, good evening, blah, blah, blah. Bonjour. Okay, well, somebody speaks French here. No, I'm kidding. So, basically this. We were talking about cons all this time. So I got one more topic to really cover in cons. And then you can go for your nice
walk in the ghetto.
Walk in the hood, dog. You know, gangsta, homie. But whatever. So basically this. It's one of those things that cons always have the problem of getting a reputation. And you see this with every con. Like, AC gets the reputation of being a click type of thing. You know, like I was reading by somebody on FA, because I'm the only one who uses FA, and maybe like a handful of people. But they were like saying their whole entire thing of not going to AC is because of the click situation.
I'm not in any clicks, and I always have a good time there.
Well, yeah, but see that, but it's one opinion. Okay, I'm not saying these are all popular opinions. Like one MFF person was saying how expensive.
That's true.
It's very expensive, very expensive. And also he was saying about how MFF gets the reputation of being a personal con, which is very true in my opinion.
Well, that's true, but that may change.
As
it grows.
But see,
because really the Hyatt is going to be a lot less the focal point.
Yeah, but I still think it's going to be
like Angela and Antimone. I mean, their focal point is the dealer's den.
Yeah, but not everybody.
They're always going to the deal, to the convention center, and as they expand more and more in the convention center, which they might, it may become like another Anthrocon, because they may expand the entire convention in the entire convention in that Rosemont Convention Center.
But see, I think that'd be a good thing.
Then it's going to become less personal.
No, it's not going to become less personal. It's different.
The only reason why it's personal now is because a lot of the main events are still in the Hyatt.
Yeah, but
everybody's there.
Yeah, and I still think.
But to the people in the overflow hotels, it's still personable to them.
Yeah,
because they're out in La La Land.
So, basically, this.
It's personable if you stay inside the main hotel.
Well, yeah, but that's the same exact thing as the Westin. If you stay inside the Westin, it's pretty personable.
Yeah.
And then once you go over to the convention center, and that freaking place
spread out.
That place is huge. You have to walk. See, that's the one thing I hate about AC, is you have to walk everywhere. I feel like I'm in a marathon at AC. I feel like I'm running a 8-mile marathon. And by the end of it, I am completely wiped. On average, I stay up to about maybe 3 or 4 in each con. But at AC, my average drops to maybe like 1 or 2. Because of all the walking you have to do. You want to go to the dealer's den, you got to go take that bridge, or you got to go walk outside, and then you go around. I mean, it's one of those things that I feel like that if MFF does do it, that's going to be my only downfall of MFF. Because I always have a fun time at AC. Don't get me wrong. AC is a wonderful con. Great con. But it's the walking that I always have a problem with. Like, I'm trying to get back into fit just for...
Then we should walk into the show.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm good. I'm good. But the one thing that also gets the reputation of AC is that it's one of those cons that you go and meet famous people. And I think that's a very good point, because if you take a look at some of the panels, there's a lot of famous people there. Like,
yeah,
I will
Jim
not.
Cummings and Charles Adler.
Yeah,
you know.
and these people come.
It's more like a Comic-Con.
It's kind of like a Comic-Con for furries.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I mean, for like fursuit popularity too. Like,
a lot of
you see Telephone there. She gets warm. That's one thing I always like. How
about Majira?
Oh God! Don't even say his name.
Majira.
I have to go puke now. Oh God!
Well, one of my friends in France can't stand him either.
Well, good. I'm glad. But it's one of those things.
But he does a good.
He
does a great video though.
He does a great video for 12-year-olds. That's basically what it's for.
No, I would say they're high quality.
No, they're
it's
literally
just how he treats people on the outside.
Yeah, he really treats people like real jerks.
Yeah,
because he thinks he's quote unquote better than you.
All that and a bag of Doritos.
Yes, all that and a bag of Doritos. That's one of my favorite.
The sun rises and sets in his ass.
Yeah,
according to him.
But see, and that's where a lot of people do. You know, they always say that Anthrocon is to go meet like the popular furs, and I always see this, especially the one time I talked to Telephone inside of an elevator for about a total of 5 minutes.
Was it her?
It was her, and somebody found out, and after that, whoo, swarmed. I felt so bad for her. It's like you can't have a minute to yourself at these cons, like, and that's why I feel like Anthrocon's it's a great con, but I feel like it's more of like a click con and more of like I find it to be a click con. You know, I'm trying to go and talk to people, and it's like, well, I don't really know you. How dare you come into it? So, but really, the one thing that I do love about cons though is that I get to meet new friends, and I get to meet a lot of different people that I have never ever met before. And they don't have to be popular. They don't have to be anything. They just gotta be themselves, number one. Because if you're being, well, actually, they're like, I guess they're technically not themselves because they're furries. How does that work? I don't know.
I don't know. We're technically ourselves.
But yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things. I love meeting new furs, and that's one of the most important things to me. So, but so what about you? What's to tell you the truth? What is your favorite thing about cons?
Meeting new furs.
Meeting new furs. So
the pals, the fursuit parade.
Yeah.
And seeing friends, meeting friends from around the world.
Yeah. And I feel like that's probably the most important part. Guys, if you go to a furry con, don't be shy. Go out there and talk to everyone.
Footsies.
No, don't do that. This is yeah. Okay. So no. It's one of those things that if you do want to go to a con and you don't have a car, you can get there any way you want. So just keep your options open. You'll be fine. If you are liking this, please subscribe to my channel and share it around with your friends. You know.
Would that be friends or friends?
Oh, anyone. You can share it to your mother if you want to. I don't
Really?
care. Just as long as she likes it. No, but yeah, whatever. Subscribe, like, and stuff. I think this video is about coming to an end, actually.
Yeah.
He's got stuff to do. And I've got stuff to do.
Like what?
I gotta go to bed soon.
Gotta go to bed?
Yeah, I got work.
Why?
I work too much.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you banged on the drum all day.
No. I don't have drums.
Oh.
So, okay. Well, guys.
Goodbye.
But no, we're not saying goodbye yet. I do have to say, before you go, because this is a general tradition.
But sing good night, sweetheart. Well,
no.
it's time.
Well, there goes their ears. There goes their ears. But no. What would be your tips on cons? What would be your tips?
Tips?
What would be the number one tip you can give to anybody out there who is watching that has never been to a con in their their life? What would you give them? Their number one tip.
Tips?
Yeah, a tip.
You know, like cash?
No, not cash.
Oh.
You're not throwing money at the cat. You're not making it rain.
Oh.
This isn't Kanye. Oh my gosh. Who the hell is he?
Tips.
Okay.
Well, fursuiters does not mean just because the people has a fursuit on doesn't mean that you can touch them.
You mean hug them?
Well, you ask permission.
You gotta ask permission. So if they have a fursuit, does not mean hug them.
Fursuit does not mean consent.
There you go. And that was one of Furthermore's mottos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a really good poster for that too.
So A&E.
Yeah. But guys, it was really nice talking to Winston T. Wolf.
Winston T. Wolf.
This is the very first one. I think the next time when we do this, we should take calls.
Calls?
We should take calls, phone calls.
Here in Trenton?
No, from the people out there. We're gonna take some phone calls next time. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
We'll do it. We'll do it some other time.
What, you gonna give out your cell phone? Or?
I already gave out my cell phone before.
Have you?
Yeah, because I care about these people.
Oh, wow. But do they care about you?
Probably not. Oh. They probably just go, "Oh, it's that guy again." Whatever. Who cares? I only have one guy who calls me, and his name's... I always call him Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf?
Yeah, Mr. Wolf or Mr. Fox. It's always either Mr. Wolf or Mr. Fox because I suck at names.
And that's not you on a voice recorder?
Oh, yeah, totally. That's totally me on a voice recorder. Totally. Yes. That you really, blew my whole entire mind here.
And your whole audience is balloons with faces on them?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. That... Of course, these are all simulated typing. These are all simulated typing that I typed up earlier and was like, that's cool. Yeah, that makes...
you have mommy call in?
Yeah, I got my mom calling in. You know, I think my mom really embraces my show. You know, she loves my show. Just wonderful. She goes, oh, you're doing so well, and all the no. These are real, actual people, and we will definitely.
Where are they?
They're on their computer at home. I'm live streaming.
Oh, because you pointed to there, and these are live, actual people.
These are live, actual people.
Okay.
Surprisingly. I had to.
They look like fursuiters to me, that are very still.
Oh wow!
Part of a picture.
Well, it could be. I don't know. Illusions of the internet. But if you did like this, please press the like button down below. Please press the subscribe button since you are here. And if you like this so much, share it with all your friends and family. And as always, thank you for watching Talk It with Dash and Foxie with our special guest, Winston.
And Winston T. Wolf. Hopefully I'll be on it more, you know.
Yeah, maybe. It's very possible. I'm going to be doing these Saturday and Thursday nights, so.
Well, Thursday nights I
can't do. Yeah. But whatever.
Saturdays I can do.
Yeah, Saturdays. But, yeah.
If my parents are in White City.
But if you like this and everything, but whatever.
But if I had to go to White City.
Okay, I get it. Oh my gosh. I get it. Woo! This wolf's crazy. But, as always, have a dashing night. And thank you for watching.
How about a Winston Wonderful night?
Or it could be a Winsterful Wonderful Night too, if you wanted that. So, have a dashing night, and still got this new setup, so trying to get it. So, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching, and have a dashing night.
Oh, I can see myself.